players, thank you for coming out, representing Cedar Creek at the D2 Sports Network Media Day. It's a pleasure to have you guys out here. Thank you for coming out and taking the time to come out here, get some pictures, do some interviews, all the fun stuff, pretty much.
Absolutely.
Sir.
Coach, why don't you introduce us to who you have up here?
Yeah, so to my left, Mandel Pettiford. He's a junior defensive lineman, offensive lineman. To my right here, this is Aleem Parks. He's a senior wide receiver, defensive back. And Amon McLaughlin, another defensive back and wide receiver who is a senior.
I got you. Coach, start off. Obviously, bit of a rough year last year. Coming off the 2021 campaign with a loaded team, had a loaded schedule yet again.
Yeah.
You guys missing some pieces, guys stepping up in different and big spots. You got a lot of guys returning too. Also, some seniors in some key spots last year, but more so returning on the returning end. How do you guys plan to take last year's record and last year's season into account, and then try to turn it into this year's success?
Yeah, so we set a standard at our school, and I think that's why we've had so much success, is that we always set up a long-term goal, and that is to win a championship. We try not to look too much at our record while the regular season's going on or anything like that. Obviously, in 2021, when you go 13-0, that kind of starts standing out when you're 7-0 or 8-0. You don't want to lose, but last year we went through growing pains early. We got into the playoffs, which we were happy with, and we had an opportunity to play a team with a winning record at their place, and we were able to get a win. So I felt like we were progressing in the right direction as the season went on. Obviously, we ran into a very good Camden football team in the semifinals. But we did do some things that we can build on and we can work on. But like you said, our record was not up to our standards. And when the regular season ended, we took 2 weeks off and we were back in the weight room. This group of kids really worked hard. I feel like we had a really good summer, and I feel like we're in a pretty good spot right now, and we're trending in the right direction. But obviously, we got to put it to show. The expectations at our school, these kids carry that, and they understand that. So I'm excited to see what we can do.
As a coach, how much easier does it make? You talked before the interview that you're returning your whole offensive line and your quarterback. You got a guy like a lean back too, who saw a lot of time in his years there.
Yeah.
How much easier does it make your job as a coach?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of experience that we have coming back. I mean, I think at times, like I said, our offensive line and our quarterback and, some of our wideouts too, we went through growing pains together, but we did it together. They get an opportunity to continue to grow. And I see it in practice now. Our offensive line has a much better communication process than we did a year ago. They kind of understand the speed of the game. As the year went on last year with Billy, I thought he got better each and every week. The game slows down for you as a quarterback, especially when you have that year of experience under your belt. So I'm really excited for him. He's going to add a different element to our game this year than we did last year. I didn't use him much in the quarterback run game this year. The kid's a tremendous runner, and I think that's going to add an element to our offense that we didn't have. And then the guys outside, Aleem, like I told you before, Aleem has 4 years of varsity football experience, and that's rare, especially at a school like ours that has had so much success. So, he came in as a freshman, was a special teamer, got in at the end of the year as a wide receiver, and then his sophomore year was one of the guys that had over 20 catches on that state championship team. Then last year he became the guy, and you saw him, another one that progressed each and every week in learning that new role. It's not a new role that he has to learn anymore. So I think that's important for us as an offense, that we have a lot of those key pieces back, and we can get rolling earlier than we did a year ago.
Aleem, like Coach said, 4 years of varsity experience, obviously not as a starter, but a good amount of time there on the field for the varsity. How does that help mold you going into your senior year to where you've seen almost everything? Obviously not everything, because everything and anything could happen on the field. But as a kid who's obviously gotten a lot of time on the field, how's it going to translate to now your final campaign?
I feel as though like Cedar Creek prepared me to like take on all of this, like coming in as a freshman, like just getting a little bit of time that I was getting like on kickoff and when I was getting on a wide receiver, just blocking, not even getting the ball, it was just helping me to get into I am now. Like, it's not like it's not stressful. It's not like it's not new to me. Like I did this already. So like, it's just coming in from a freshman to a senior. It helped me a lot. Like it's nothing new.
Coach, obviously you try to load your schedule up as much as possible.
Yep.
Whether it's out of the division or in division's not really in your control. But out of division, you try to make it, where's a test every week.
Yep.
Battle at the Beach, you guys have been there every year.
Yes.
Last year, Edison was a
Group 5 sectional champion.
sectional champion. The year before that was
Scotch Plains, they were a 6 and 5 team.
That was the flood game, right?
Yes.
Where it's flooded, you guys had to come to Cannon Catholic.
Yep.
You guys in Mattawan this year. What is going into the process of, do you guys choose Mattawan
Yep.
or was that?
Yeah, so when we, when I started talking to, the coaches in our association about playing in the Battle of the Beach, Mattawan was a team that they brought up. And when you look at what they've done, the history of their program, it's a pretty rich history of what they've done over the past couple of years. I'm sorry, in the totality of their program. But last year, they were a 7-3, 8-3 team that made the playoffs. They're in our section, which I thought was important to get a taste of someone that's going to be in our section, and they return everyone. So they kind of remind me of us. They record-wise, they had a little bit more success than us, but they lost in the first round of our section tournament last year. They have a couple kids that have Power 5 offers. They have a offensive lineman that's a big kid that I'm excited to see him go against because I think that he's one of the best that you're going to see. And I wanted to get a guy like that to go up against him. And the kid's a tremendous player, really good athlete, 6'8". He has Power 5 offers everywhere, like I said. And then we're going to be able to see a wide receiver that has Power 5 offers. He's a young kid that can run. He's an explosive kid that I'm excited to watch him go against. So it's one of those things where I'm challenging my kids against a team that I believe that we could essentially see at the end of the year, kind of like what we do when we run through our schedule. But I tell these kids all the time, we don't look at our schedule as something that's daunting. We look at them as every week we have an opportunity to do something a little bit different, and I think that they thrive off that.
Players, like Coach Melody just said, you guys don't look at the schedule as daunting. You guys look at it from an optimistic standpoint, which obviously every team should. What do you think what helps you buy into Coach Melody's philosophies to where you guys have success against, a challenging schedule?
You want me to start? It's just you just gotta follow and lead, and you just buy into what Coach Mel is saying to us. Like, you just gotta believe for real, for real. It's not like we're not going into a game where we just we got them, or next week we got this person. Like, we look at our schedule as a challenge for real, because last year, we didn't have really a good season, but we just look at this season as everybody would say, a get back season. Mm-hmm. We didn't really do good last year. We're trying to do better this year. So all the teams that we facing, most of the teams we played last year already. So it's like get back.
Yep.
Get back season.
Go ahead. Like Aleem said, the schedule is kind of the same. So we're kind of accustomed to some of those teams and the stuff that they do, as well as their players. And we're battle tested now because we've been playing really good teams. So we get an opportunity to show what we've been doing during the off season and how hard we've been working. And, every team that we play, we believe that guy for guy, we have the better team. That's how we like to think about it. So you just got to go into every game having that confidence that you're able to beat these teams. You can go ahead. Going on what they said, yeah. It's a bounce back season. We play every team we played last year, so we know what they're about. But our guys, we feel like we're better than them all around the board. We got good coaches. We practice hard. We work hard. We just want a bounce back season.
All right, so I have two questions. The first one I'll ask you, just looking at your schedule.
Yeah.
You guys talk about tough opponents, coach setting you guys up for those tough opponents. So mindset-wise, as a program, the guys that came before you, the
Like I said before, it's nothing but a challenge. Like you look at those people because they're all around the school. You look at those people, you want to be like them. You look up to them. Like that's somebody that you look up to. So like seeing those guys, it just makes you want to work harder and like just grind for everything we get.
I also think that, those guys, they kind of leave behind a tradition in a sense. Like in practice, we're always competing and thudding all the time. So like even my freshman year, middle of the playoffs, we're hitting and tackling and stuff like that. So it kind of just like every year, it's always there, and we just try to feed off of it and kind of make it even bigger than what it might have been before.
That kind of stuff doesn't go away, I don't think, and I think that's what's in. I tell them this. A lot of these guys sitting up here right now, seniors or leaders or anything like that, how they carry themselves, that's going to leave behind a legacy of what we're trying to build. And they do a great job of it right now. They saw it. I mean, he brings it up that 21 team, the way that we practiced was a little bit, honestly, non-traditional. When we were in going up against Woodrow Wilson in that regional final, I mean, that practice was the hardest practice I've seen them play all year. And that was in week 13 or 14. Usually you're a little beat up. Those kids were a little upbeat, and I think that they saw that, and they want to bring that. And, I think that's what separates us sometimes is that during practice, it's best on best. We want to compete. So, if Aleem's not playing defense, he's going to be on the scout team offense. He's not going to be sitting on the sideline talking. Same thing with him, same thing with Amon. Amon plays offense for us too, but he's a damn good corner. So, when we're doing some offense, if he's not in that personnel group, he's going to be on the other side of the field, and he's going to be giving us a look. And I think that's what's important, and they feed off that.
My other question was players. What are some of the goals that you guys want to achieve? It could be personal or as a team. We understand that the team sport that's what this game is. You don't move without that. But mindset-wise, when you're coming into the season, what are some of your goals?
Obviously, everybody's goal is a championship, especially coming off the season that we had last year. We were pretty close. We didn't have the best season, but we were still pretty close to winning the championship. I feel like that's everybody's goal. That's what you're going to hear from everybody. But that's really it. Championship. That we want to get back to where we was at just 2 years ago. We want to get back to that. Like that feeling was great, and it don't even got to be 13-0. Like just winning a championship. That feeling was great. Like they could probably tell you it was. They didn't. I don't even think. Well, Mandel played. Amon didn't really play that much, but he had a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Mandel had a blast. Like it was just like. But now I feel like we all want to win our own championship now. Like everybody wants to win. I'm not going to talk for them, but it's like we want to win our on championship.
Yeah, feeling that way when we won 13-0. I was happy. I didn't play that much, but seeing my teammates winning stuff just make me want to win, all that. That made me want to work harder this year, get a ring on my own, so I could say I was part of that team and actually played. And, yeah.
Kind of add on to what they said. I did play for that first half of the season my freshman year. Then I had some health issues that kind of prevented the rest of the season from happening. So to kind of play in a bigger game like that, a championship, and actually be on the field to earn that would mean a lot.
I got one more. All right. It's fun talking to you guys. We've been watching you guys. We've had Coach on our show, different things. I guess my question is memorable games. I know myself, I had a welcome to high school game, right? Where I'm not even going to say game, I'll say practice or a game, right? Where you're coming in, you're high on yourself, and something happens that lets you know you're in high school. So I'm gonna ask you guys, what was the welcome to high school moment for you guys?
Well, I'll start. My welcome, I actually have a couple. So both of them were my freshman year, obviously. One game was versus Buna. We were doing, it was kick return. I was on the kick return. Obviously, I was back there with JoJo. I was going up the sideline, and I really thought I had it. And I turned and just looked, and I just got popped. Like, you heard it. It was on our sideline, too. Everybody was helping me up. I got up all dizzy. I'm like, dang, like, I really just got hit hard like that. I'm like, and my dad, all you hear is my dad is like, welcome to high school, like that. So my dad hyping me up. And then another time was also during off kick return. We was playing Pleasantville.
That was your first game?
Yeah, my first game. Jojo was back there with me again. He called for the ball, but it was on my side, and I still wanted to go get it. Like the competitor in me wanted to go get it, and we was both there. And he like little bro with me. He knocked me over. He took the ball, came on the sideline. My hand was jammed, and then later to come to find out, my finger was fractured, and it was crazy.
I have two. So my freshman year, we played Holy Spirit, and that was like the game of the week, I think. Yeah.
It was a big one.
And
It was a big win.
there was a lot of people there. And I think Kevin Doherty, he forced a fumble with like 3 minutes left in the game. We were up 7-6, and our starting guard was hurt. So I think they bumped Javi down the guard. And then I went to tackle, and their defensive end that time, he actually went to Creek, and he transferred to Spirit. So he had like, I want to say like in the 9 sacks, he had a lot of sacks in a little amount of time. So I just remember the very like first play, it was a screen, and he just like hit me with something I'd like never seen before. And then go back out there, and I think we had like how long was that drive?
So he said 3 minutes. That was when we iced them on an 8-minute drive.
Yes,
that
it was. I was a long drive.
That was an 8-minute drive that he was playing right tackle the whole time, and he was a freshman. And that was the week that he got hurt right after that. So he was getting going at that point, and he came in for that. That was the 8-minute drive that we had on Spirit. We iced the game on that, and he was out there the whole time. And he did. He had to take care of someone that was at our school at one point.
Not to cut y'all off or anything, but I also had a hard hit that game too. It was on the third down.
Yep, first drive of the game.
Down.
Yep.
Right across the middle.
Caught it.
Came over like that. Came down. I forget who it was. The safety came down and just cleaned me like it was clean. Like, oh my goodness, I was on the floor for a while. I'm like, bro. I end up catching it. It was first
right.
down. All that.
Mine was like practices, trying to guard Joe, Elijah Smalls. I'm going Smalls. He ran a favor on the goal line. I think I'm a good corner, so I think I got him. He just head taps me, get up, pushes me, smack my helmet. And I'm all embarrassed. I go back and guard Joe. You know, he's one of the fastest players out here. Caught the ball and doot, made me fall.
Did that to a lot of people, so.
Playing offense, going against Fat, Dewan, all of them, Malik, CJ Vesta, a whole bunch of hard hitters, and just kept laying me out.
Obviously, like you said, JoJo's done it to a lot of people. I remember the screen against Nelsie.
Oh, yeah.
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 He went backwards for like
He did.
5 or 10 yards, shooting at the whole defense, got across the field.
He did that quite a bit. It'd drive you nuts every now and then, but he was different.
If it's going to result in 6 every
At 100%, I'm okay with it.
I let it slide.
Yes.
You're on the roll, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, Coach. You know, when we first talked, it was your first time coming in.
Yeah.
To Cedar Creek, and just the history that was there. You trying to come in and just keep the ball rolling.
Right.
The guys here speak highly of you.
Yeah.
How did you get your hands on them? Because that's a tough situation.
Yeah.
Trying to replace somebody that had success.
Yeah, and 100%, and you know the expectations that you walk into, and you know when I got hired, I think that was the biggest thing that a lot of people asked is how are you going to fill Coach Watson's shoes? I always carried myself with that same expectation regardless of where I was going to be. I always had a high expectation of what I want my program to be and what we were going to do, and the results will show of that. And you know we've won a lot of games since I've been here. We've lost a lot of games since I've been here. The fact of the matter is that I need to know that my kids love that I love my kids, and I think that I show that every day that I care about them a lot. You know, I like to think that I do a lot for them, not just on the field but off the field. That they know that I'm always going to be there for them, And I think that when you break that barrier of them getting to trust you, then they're going to start believing in what you're saying. I tell them this all the time. I'm not going to be right with everything that I say on the football field. There's going to be times that I make mistakes, just like there's going to be times that they make mistakes. And my biggest thing in my program is accountability and self-reflection. And I talk about that all the time. And when I say is if I'm asking my kids to hold themselves accountable for the mistakes that they make and not make excuses for them, I'm also going to hold myself to that same standard. And they know that. They know that. And I think that that's what they kind of feed off of. And as long as they work hard and continue to play hard for me, then I feel like we're going in the right direction as a program.
We mentioned before a million times, you return a lot of players.
Yeah.
Chemistry-wise and energy-wise, has there been a different feeling, like maybe an improvement?
Yeah.
Or like take me through that?
Big time. And again, my senior class last year, I love to death, and it wasn't a very big group. I have a much bigger senior group than I did a year ago. But the chemistry's there. We when you play with a group of 70 kids, you're going to have your typical family fights every now and then, and the bickering and stuff like that. That happens from time to time. But the energy has been pretty good in practice over the last couple weeks, especially the last week and a half. I felt really good about it. Obviously, we're really hamstrung with the time that we have. So we had a scrimmage on Wednesday against a physical Hamilton team, and then we had to go up against a physical Atlantic City team yesterday in a scrimmage. So I think that there was a little bit of a drainage of energy in that Thursday and Friday practice. But the days leading up to that, I felt really good. And I think that the energy's never been higher now that we're in game week. So I think that we're all just excited to get back to work tomorrow and get this thing rolling in the right direction. But I definitely feel like our leaders are doing the right things. Our energy in practice has been sky high, and the expectations are still the same, and we feel really good about where we're at.
With the chemistry part, I feel as though, me and my quarterback, Billy, we had the chemistry since Little League. I know everybody around here probably already knows that because I say it a lot, but, like, I really do mean it. Me and Billy had the chemistry since Little League, even playing baseball. Like, we always had that relationship with each other. But with the team, it's not a new team, but just getting a feel for each other. I feel like we're getting a real good feel of each other. Everybody loves each other as they should. But I just feel like the chemistry and the mindset of this team is different, and that's what everybody needs and wants.
Like last year, it was like a lot of people first year of varsity. He played 4 years, so he's being a good leader to us, trying to get us our feet wet. We're getting our feet wet. Now this year, we're being a lot more energy, because now we have a year under our belt. So now we know how fast the game is, and now we're more competitive.
Yeah, like they were saying, everybody's getting their feet wet. And it's kind of when you know what you're going to go do, like during practice and games, you can kind of have more fun with it. And I think that part helps bring more energy into practice. And you can see it, like, even the first day we did team, like, the difference from this year versus last year, it's, like, insane. So we kind of just learn to feed off of each other and build on top of that. So.
Experience is so important for these guys, and just it's hard to play football at a high speed if you're constantly thinking about what you're supposed to be doing. And I think that with experience and continuity together and knowledge of the game, you're able to play fast again. It's like when you were playing in youth league again. They just go out and play, and I think that's where we're at right now.
Quick little question of Battle of the Beach. Like you said, you've played at Battle of the Beach every single year now so far. How important do you feel it is to, get a showcase game like that, where it's at a neutral site against a team that you guys probably won't see except for Madawan this year
Right.
in your section?
Yeah, I mean, exposure for these kids is important to me. And for our program, obviously, it's great to put us on a big stage, but really for these kids, I think that it's a platform for them to play on that they're going to remember. I think it's a great event. I think that we've done a great job as a coaches association of putting this thing together. And, the guys in charge that have been running it have done a really good job. But exposure for our program, obviously getting us on that big stage. But like I said, it's important for these kids to play in front of a pretty big environment. We're also playing up at Rutgers this year. And we're doing the Rumble on the Raritan. So I'm doing that, and we did that also in 21. It gives us an opportunity to go up and play there on a big stage. So we're playing Salem.
I'm saying the 2021. Who was he?
We played Willingboro. Willingboro there. So it's, again, any opportunity I get to put these kids on the big stage, I'm going to do it. And I'm excited for them to do it. And I think that they like playing at these big events too.
Players, two more questions and then we'll wrap this up. First question is, what's been the favorite game, like your personal favorite game you've played in so far?
Like in the past or this year?
In the past, like obviously this year, there's some games circled, but through your high school career so far, what's been your personal favorite game to be a part of?
Want to say the championship game, but that's generic. I'm not gonna say that. I'll say that Holy Spirit game, that the 21 season Holy Spirit game, because that was a big catch. It was a low scoring game, 7-6,
Yep.
and I don't want to say I got us into that position to score, but
You helped.
I helped get us in that position. So I'll say that one was a fun game, and that was a good game to look into.
I'm gonna say Okas, our school rivals. We're going back and forth on social media, high intensity game. Everybody's there. It was a lot of energy. I just wanted to be in that game.
I'm also going to say Oakcrest. I got my first sack that game, too, on third down to basically ice the game. So that's pretty fun.
Coach, personal favorite game that
Oh, man. I mean, the Woodrow Wilson game obviously comes to mind. I mean, that was important for us as a program just to finish off and cap off a 13-0 season. The Delsey game in that sectional final was pretty big for us. I mean, for me personally, obviously, that's me winning my first championship. I thought that was big. The Holy Spirit night was awesome. That 21 year was real fun. I look at last year too. I thought winning at Timber Creek was real fun for us that night. I thought that we played at a really high level that night. That was the most proud I've been of this group right now. I thought that was the best game of football that we played since they've been here. And like I said, I didn't have too many seniors last year. I think we played 4 or 5, really. So this young group was able to go into a 3 seed at Timber Creek, and we beat them there, and we beat them kind of handily that night. So I was very proud of them that night. But, obviously you got to touch back on what we did at Rutgers that night against Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah, last question before we wrap this up. Is there anything off the field? Like, I know you guys privately talked to the East Side about it. Any hidden talents, any hobbies, anything like that, to where, people see you as more than just a football player. Obviously, there's a person under the helmet. So, what's something that, the viewers should probably know about you?
Like Willie said, I did start off playing baseball. That was like my thing. I did like travel teams and all-star teams. I went all over the place: Aberdeen, Maryland, Ripken, if you ever heard of that, Cooperstown. Like, I've been all over. Like, football really wasn't even my thing for real. My mom actually got me started with football. My dad didn't even want me to play, but like I play basketball. They probably say I'm trash, but I'm really
He's trash.
But I do play a lot of sports, like behind closed doors, like baseball. I play pickleball. Like, I really play everything.
Athlete.
Any chance you can return to the baseball team? I know, obviously, we've had some success the past couple of years.
Yeah,
The sectional final.
Yeah, I actually did. I was thinking about it, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
We had some Cedar Creek guys that also against pitcher. We had Keenan Manning there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, just saying. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
What you do?
Mine's playing the game, playing 2K. I'm the best one in 2K. That's all I gotta say.
No, he's
But
not.
I play basketball. Be on him every day outside of basketball.
No, he doesn't.
Track. I'm a good track guy. I do long jump, triple jump, and all that. I like sleeping and stuff. Playing the game.
I also do track. I throw the disc and the shot. I went to nationals this year, and I won cows. I like to take walks too.
Clear your head. I like to cook. I'm a good cook. I'm a foodie. That's kind of what I am. I'm also a very big weather buff. I like to track weather for some reason. I don't know why I got interested in doing it, but I do it. I know this guy sometimes he texts me the night before if there's some weather coming in. I kind of don't even answer him sometimes because I'm already on top of stuff like that. So those are the two things.
Just
that
gotta let coach know. Just in
Might
case we
rain.
get rained on, you gotta let him know.
Make sure you bring your sneakers.
That's
Go
right.
inside.
That's right.
That's it for me. Obviously. Before we wrap things up, any final words, anything you guys want to say before we sign off?
I'm good.
Just excited to get the season going.
Thanks.
We've worked very hard over the last 11 months. I mean, this is what we've done. I tell these kids all the time, I'm with them more than I'm with my own family. So I'm just excited to watch what they've been able to work on and put it to show. But it's been a fun ride with these guys, and I think that we're about to start something special next Sunday.
Coach, players, we're so happy to have you guys here.
Thank you.
For coming out. We look forward to seeing you guys at Battle at the Beach.
Yes.
We'll be
Yes.
there at Battle at the Beach for Madawans
Sunday.
Sunday 1.
1 o'clock.
Ryan will probably be there. I'll
Awesome.
be there.
Awesome.
Looking forward to see you guys there, Coach.
Sir.
Thank you guys for showing up.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.